Just a quick live here. Give it a minute. Don't mind me just taking a quick rip of some cannabis. All right. Well, either way, there will be no chatting on this because I'm just kind of giving an update. Um, channel's just taking a slight break from heavy metal for a little bit to get used to the equipment. I just pretty much I'm gonna work on this album for a little bit. I got some plans to get an electronic drum kit. If you notice, there's no option to really chat. Last few times I've done a couple of lives where I just wanted to do an update. I've had some hateful people come on here, so I'm just not interested in the hate. I'm just interested in giving you guys a quick update. Equipment is good. Everything is on track. I'm working on this album for a little bit. That's behind me here. Colorful. Kind of a retro 70-ish style psychedelic album. So yeah, I'm just the heavy metal I'm going to be going back to probably starting next month because I'm probably going to be grabbing a drum kit next month, an actual like electronic drum kit. So that'll be cool. My goal for this year is almost complete to have I almost have every instrument that I'm looking to have. Between the MIDI control and being able to use that as a piano and an organ, and drums for right now. I've been using it as drums too. So the next two pieces of equipment that I need, because I've already got a couple of guitars, I've got the MIDI control. I need, which next month I'm getting the drum kit. Looking into it's weird. Electric drum kits they can be fairly cheap, which is perfect for me for right now because I have dogs and stuff, so I still gotta be careful. And plus, it's not like I really got my own studio yet. Someday, that's also part of the goal. I notice there's a lot of people, or there's people that are kind of bouncing in and out. It's because the chatting feature's off, so they can't really troll, which I'm very glad about. So, because I just, I don't pay attention to the comments anyways. So I do apologize. So yeah, the equipment's good. I've only taken a couple days off because I've just been doing some benchmarking with the PC I've been using. The MIDI control, like I said, I'm like learning how to do hand drums with that. So that's why I'm kind of doing mellower music right now. Hoping, like I said, next month, hoping to get an electric drum kit. I've been finding them fairly cheap online, for like, under $300. Um, I apologize. There's no chat feature. I really want to get the update through without a bunch of idiots coming on and leaving some trolling comments. I don't really pay attention to the comment section anyway, so it's not to be a dick. It's just I want to say what I gotta say, and so it's easier if I don't pay attention to too much going on at once. Um, so tomorrow I'm gonna be working on more music for this album. I'm gonna be going back to heavier stuff because I really want to be done using drum samples. In the last 3 years, I've learned to play the guitar. I've learned to play the piano, the organ. I've learned mixing. I've learned how to use sampling. I'm done with the drum samples. I got an album that Marcus Vin and I are working on with his project, and we're using drum sampling for that for now because I'm still getting to know the Akaya. So I'm still getting to know the hand drums on it and stuff. And like I said, next month the plan is to get an electric drum kit. A few months down the road, I plan to get an audio interface so I can get a bass and plug that in. Um, I My goal by the end of this year is to be pretty much. I've been playing the guitar work. I've been playing the um, some of the keyboard using the MIDI control that the program had built in, but that was really hard to do. So I did end up using some keyboard sampling. But all guitar work is me. It's lead and rhythm guitar work, acoustic. It's all me. Um, Drums have always been kind of drum samples. But now that I'm getting to know how to use the hand drum on the MIDI control, I'm looking to change that. And plus, like I said, I'm getting a new electronic drum kit next month. So my goal is pretty much to be playing every instrument in every album that we do. Marcus Vin, I'm trying to get him more into the guitar. He plays a little bit, but he likes to do the singing. I'm trying to get him to do more, so we can. And I'm trying to find other people out in my community. It's a little hard. I don't really vibe with a lot of the people in my area. Um, just a lot of people who ride on high horses who really shouldn't. And if they didn't ride on high horses, they'd probably be a better person just because they at least admit the truth about themselves, but they don't. It's like, um, it is what it is. I'm a crazy son of a bitch and I take medication for it. That's the truth. Deal with it. But anyway, so it's hard for me to vibe with people out here. So like I said, my goal is pretty much to do all the instruments for now until I find some people out there in the world to vibe with who wanna collaborate and do something. Um, I'm looking for people who are like minded. Look, man, when you're in a band, the one thing I do understand with the crew that I was in a band with before is you really got to be like minded because we had it was like cool at first, and then at the end there you had kind of two groups, and it was kind of really uncomfortable. So really, I don't want to go through that crap. I'm looking to find people who are like minded as myself. Don't want to, pay attention to the bullshit of the world out there, trying to create a nice little positive, yeah, bubble, echo chamber. I don't care, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to pay attention to your negative world out there. I don't care about it. Um, the world's gonna blow up someday, anyways, and I really just don't give a shit. I just want to make music and have fun doing that. Um, Not looking to hang out with people who are doing like seriously heavy drugs. I smoke weed. I'm not really interested in the alcoholism because I've grown up around alcoholics. I've seen alcoholics. Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for anybody perfect, but I don't want to be around people who are junkies, and I don't want to be around alcoholics. It's like really all there is to it. I don't drink. I don't do heavy drugs. I smoke cannabis. I don't care if you smoke cannabis, man. It is what it is. But I'm going to surround myself with the kind of people I'm going to want to surround myself with. And I don't want to be around junkies, and I don't want to be around alcoholics. And I also don't want to be around people who are obsessed with politics and social justice issues and all that stuff. I just want to make music, be around people who want to have fun, laugh, and make music. So even if it takes me forever or I never find people to vibe with, I would rather do it all by myself for the rest of my life than just be like, oh well, you can play, but no. Because the one thing I've seen in many different documentaries and everything else with bands is that if you don't vibe with each other, man, and you guys hate each other, it's going to be an uncomfortable experience, and I'm not going through that. Like, I want to vibe with the people I'm in a band with. So yeah, it's taking me a while. I don't really vibe with the people in my area. Um, Hoping someday I vibe with some people online, maybe, I don't know, who understand the kind of guy I am, that I'm just not interested in the negative aspects of this world because there's just no point. like obsessing over politics and all that stuff like people have been. There's just no point. It's just all you're doing is adding more stress to your own life over stuff that you have no control over. I mean, you can protest a million times over and you ain't gonna change nothing. I don't care what you say. Governments are governments. They're gonna run how they run until the next administration or whatever, and you're just gonna have to deal with it just like the rest of us. So, if you're gonna obsess over that kind of stuff, I don't want to be around it. I've seen a lot of that obsession lately, especially why I don't vibe with people in my area because a lot of the people around here do obsess over that garbage, and I just don't. No, I'm looking for people who kind of think like we did back in the '90s. We just didn't really give a fuck about that. Rebellious. I'm definitely not looking to be pop metal or pop rock. If you're looking for me to do some pop shit, then yeah, stroll on by because it's not gonna happen. Um, I'm not looking to do Metallica type style stuff because Metallica plays arenas and I don't want to play arenas. I want to play little venues. I know it sounds stupid, but I wouldn't want to be like some ultra band like Metallica or any of those like real pop metal type bands. I just want small venues with very 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 particular type of people, very peaceful, but yet don't fuck with them because you know. But yeah, so the plan. So yeah. Anyways, got a little on a little tyrant there. Don't mean to, but yeah. So the plan is to, like I said, I'm getting a new drum kit next month. So I'm hoping. Look, if I start finding I'm getting really good at the hand drums, I might start working on some like goth metal type stuff, some real mellower type metal kind of stuff. But if I'm gonna work on this album for now, and next month when I get a drum kit, then we're gonna get real serious with like the metal and stuff. Like I said, I'm kind of done with doing the whole drum sampling thing. Um, I can do drums for music like this easily already. I mean, I've already got out of 7 songs on this album so far. I've got 4 of them where I play all the instruments, including the drums. So, I still have 3 songs from before I got my MIDI control device. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. More music coming along. Be patient. I'm not giving up on heavy metal. I've always told everybody on this channel I'm not just a heavy metal guy. I also do love doing retro, psychedelic 70s style type music because, like I said, Pink Floyd, David Gilmour, those are some of my most absolute favorite for rock. I mean, I can't even really. I have other rock that I listen to, but I don't want to play like them, like I do with like Pink Floyd and David Gilmour. And it's not that I want to play like them, but I want to play that style because I just happen to love it, you know. So when I do rock and stuff like that and alternative rock, that's kind of what I do. And I sometimes get real weird with it, and I like doing that. Um, I got to learn how to upload some of the other synth drums so I can use other synth drums. And, just be patient. Um, we absolutely are working on, like I said, I started doing the music thing 3 years ago. This channel was a gaming channel before, and then I got um, tired of doing the gaming thing, and then started to kind of notice that gaming people were toxic, so I didn't want to be around that no more. And I love music, and I started getting into the music thing during the pandemic. And then after the pandemic, I started doing music on here. I started, 3 years ago playing the guitar. Then I started playing the bass with the guitar, but then my little bass setup kind of broke, so I haven't had a bass in a while. Then I got the MIDI control, and I've been playing keyboard. I've been playing piano. I've been playing drums. So yeah, and when I started doing all this, I only knew how to mix and sample. That's all I knew how to do was like mix and sample. Now I'm playing all the instruments. You know, And there's more to come. There's more to come. And like I said, I'm sure I'll find some people to connect with. I know I'm not the only kind of guy like myself out there who just doesn't want to obsess over the negative parts of the world, the politics, or, uh, the latest trends. Fuck the latest trends. Fuck politics. Fuck all the hateful nature of it. And I'm sure I'll find a group of guys that are like-minded like that. You know, I'm not interested in being around the junkies, and I'm not trying to be a dick either. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but look, man, I grew up around that shit. And I grew up in crack houses, dude. Okay, I had apartments from 15 and a half up to, you know, about 10 years ago or no, about 20 years ago when I finally got out of the local city and started living in the small towns and finally got that city life out of me and got away from all those people. And yeah, I just don't want to be around junkies and alcoholics. I spent most of my teenage years and my early 20s selling weed, and I just don't want to be around that life no more. I smoke weed. I don't sell it. I don't want to be. I'm not interested in being a criminal. I did that when I was younger. Um, that life was too chaotic. I'm too fucking old for that. I just want to make music. So finding like-minded people like that. I know it's not impossible. It's probably going to be difficult, but it's not going to be impossible. There's a lot of people out there who don't want to be around junkies and alcoholics, and who don't want to be around the negative aspects of the world, who don't want to listen to everybody obsess over politics and social justice issues and all the crazy things that are going on out there in the world that I just don't give a fuck about. Just don't give a fuck, you know? Um, and I know people will be like, that's because it doesn't affect you. You're right. You're right, dude. I'm an American. We're selfish. We don't care about your problems. We only care about our own problems. I mean, let's be real with it. It's not to be a dick, but everybody has problems. We all got to worry about our own problems. Why I got to worry about somebody else's problems, I don't know. And I don't care to. So, anyways, that's the plan, guys. Got some new instruments coming my way. Not I am not stepping away from metal. I fucking love heavy metal. But I also love this kind of music that you're seeing me put up here. So you're gonna see me switching back and forth. And now with all the equipment that I'm accumulating, I'm really just taking shit seriously. Not like I said to my wife, I'm not trying to be a rock star. I'm just trying to be in the industry. That's it. I wouldn't care if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, you want to help me write a soundtrack?" That'd be fucking awesome. It's not about being a rock star. I love playing instruments. I love music. I love everything about it. I'll make my own music until I find a band. If I don't find a band, maybe I'll find other projects. I'm just not one of those people that kind of gives up just because, you know, people tell you to quit. I've had that. Quit? Nah, nah. Now, when people tell me to quit, I work harder. Hence the reason why I'm pretty much playing all my own instruments now. Instead of just when I first started doing music, I was mixing and sampling. Then I was playing the guitar, singing, mixing, and sampling. Now I'm playing the guitar, singing, mixing, sampling, because we are still sampling for Marcus Vid's album there. Sampling, playing all the instruments. Everything you can do in music, I'm pretty much doing with it's not a super high powered laptop, but it's not bad. Not bad. Play some decent games on there too. Um, Also, I don't know. I thought about going on. I got a lot of games on Steam. I thought about going on once in a while, streaming a game again once in a while here and there, but I don't know if I want to even do that. Gamers um, are even more toxic than people online. No offense, it's just all how you guys are. It is what it is. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to be a dick. I'm just here to give an update on what my situation is. So, like I said, guys, next month I want to get off this. I'm already going way too long. Fucking 20 minutes of me just rambling about shit. I apologize for that. Listen, so yeah, next month I'm looking to get a electric drum kit. So look forward to that. For now, I'll be working on this music. I will be playing the drums. I will be playing the keyboards. I will be playing the organs. I will be playing the piano, the guitar. If I do any singing, I'll probably sing, but I don't know if I will sing. And drums. I'll be playing it all on this album. So look forward to that. And I will be doing lives of me doing some of these songs. Um, I meant to do a few more lives last week, but I just got so excited and got kind of so caught up with it that it's tough, man. Because I you get kind of really caught up in it when you start to do some like really cool stuff with it, and you're like, oh my god, So I will try to get more lives in there where I'm playing. Um, there ain't gonna be a lot of times where you're gonna do comments. I apologize, guys. I don't pay attention to them anyways. It's not to be a dick, but best thing for me and my mental health is not to listen to all the haters that like to come on and be dicks. I'd rather just get my point across, show you guys the music being made, and maybe even stream a game once in a while. I don't know. I'm I'm not sure about that. I'm a musician, not really a gamer. Um, I mean, I like to play video games. I just don't. I'm not really. Um, a heavy gamer. I like to play some single player games, and I don't really do Call of Duty. I don't do the multiplayer. Although I did do Battlefield on my Xbox. I do love Battlefield, but even that, I'm not really multiplayer. Not really heavy into gaming. But definitely expect some lives of me playing music, or just showing you guys that there's nothing AI about the music we do. Um, I've been trying to encourage Marcus Vin on his channel, but you know what? It's his channel. Let him do whatever he wants. He's not really getting a lot of engagement. I've been trying to give him advice about it, but he just kind of he don't care, man. He's doing stuff over here still too, and we're doing stuff over there, and we're still putting his music over here. So I mean, it is what I try to get him to come on and do lives, but he doesn't want to. Um, he's extremely shy like that, which that's gonna be interesting. But anyways, so all right, guys. You guys have a good night. Do something good for yourselves tonight. If you like the channel, please check out the music, share the channel. I'm trying to grow. Like I said, last rundown real quick. I'm getting a new set of drums next month, electronic drums. Probably take me a few to get used to them and get them figured out on the computer, to be able to record them. Uh, and um, after that, probably in the next 6 months, I'll be getting like a bass and an audio interface to be able to play the bass too. I was playing bass, but my little bass apparatus that I was using broke, so I just rather not. I'm not gonna sample bass. That's stupid. So I just don't play with bass. That's all for now. Eventually, that's all gonna change. Everything's coming together. It's taken 3 years to get it there, and I'm gonna be continuing. So if you like the music on here, share it. If you hate the music on here, share it. If you like me, share it. If you hate me, share it. And have a good night. Do something good for yourselves.